Did I not labour for 7 years to get a decent place for stevedores to eat in dignity and comfort? The words of Audrey Jeffers, the first woman councillor to establish the Working Men's Shed in 1933, now known as the Breakfast Shed. The story as seen through the eyes of 3 generations of women: Omega Rosales, Stephanie Gill, Charmaine Best.
I had 2 stalls and I turned one over to my daughter Stephanie. And when I was going on a holiday in the United States, I turned over my stall to my granddaughter Charmaine.
Omega's boss Melda encourages an original form of daycare for her daughter Stephanie.
Working with Melda, there was nobody to keep her. So Melda told me to bring her, and she put her in a big box. We put her in a box with a sheet and a pillow. Wharfmen come in and see her lying down in the box and put money in the box. From my one daughter, I have 7 grandchildren, and I have 13 great-grandchildren. I have achieved a little home. I also bought a little house from my work at the Breakfast Shed for my daughter. Everything I have has come from the Breakfast Shed. I started up the Susu thing. I used to pay out $100 a day. Every day somebody gets a hand. And now it's up to $3,000 a day.
Susu is an indigenous form of informal saving.
And I'm here in the Breakfast Shed from 4:30 to sometimes 5:30. I still go to the market for my daughter, and this is the advantage we have here. We could bring our blender, food processor to make life much more easy. Yeah, we became a cooperative in 1980. Well, we sit and we decide on the name. So that is why we use Femmes du Chalet. So far, I don't think I have anybody to consider in being a president.
Being younger than most of them, I have ideas that I could share with them for us to make this place a better place for all of us. We took 2 courses. The small scale catering teach me a lot of things. We know how to manage your business, how to do pricing, how to go about buying goods. This new Breakfast Shed is a lot, it's more modernized. The other one before was a more, how to put it was more homely, but this one more business-like. Well, if you look around, you will see all the booths are occupied. The majority of them is occupied by women, and most of the women is single mothers. We try to give people what we are accustomed, because Breakfast Shed comes in almost a certain thing. We have a bigger clientele.
Our reopening here today is not more than just about us. It is about continuing a tradition to the people of this country who have been by our side through thick and thin.
The government and our women folk of the Breakfast Shed have taken control of our situation, using the imperatives of change to transform small-scale businesswomen and food vendors into members of a cooperative business entity with a far more secure future, while at the same time realizing the development of this first-class retail food outlet as part of what promises to be one of the most modern port facilities in the Caribbean.
When the government decided we're going to shut down the Breakfast Shed, it has to be moved. I mean, there was an outcry of both men and women, and even more men, I think, that have come to hold this as a vulnerable and revered institution. I think that we must stand and say, this is the sort of empowerment that we've been talking about for decades now, but we are being really charged and challenged in the concept of meeting the Millennium Development Goals to see and ensure that governments really enable and put at the disposal of women the sort of resources and support so that they can become truly self-sufficient.